Hey, it's Darlene. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm working on one of these page protectors that are just the kind of fill in. So this one has 3 6x4 slots or areas. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down the paper choices, and this is just red, green, and black. Down to 4x6. Now you notice when I try to slide that in, it's just a little tight. So I'm just going to cut a little sliver off on both the 4 side and the 6 side on all 3 of these. Now the photos that I'm doing are, I have 8 photos of my family when they did the Hot Ones challenge. If you follow my channel, you know that I've done 2 12x12 layouts. So one will be on the right side, the left side, and then one will be on the right side. And this is going to be right between it. And this is a great way to use up additional photos because I took a lot because this challenge, they were so funny just watching them go from, well, I want to say mild, but I think the peppers or the sauce was a little spicy even on step 1, but it sure did get spicy on step 10. Now, I don't know if this is something that you have an idea to do or ever thought to do, but I have to tell you, the hot sauce, it kind of was like a alcohol or something. It just made them really fun, giggly and funny, and so it was really kind of interesting, and it was really funny. Like I said, so anyhow, back to what I'm doing. So basically when I'm doing these pocket pages, I try to this is a good time to use up scrap papers that you use for that original 12x12 page. Also a great time to use punches. I use a lot of punches, scraps, things like that. I didn't use much punches here, just hearts, and you'll see that later. Mostly because I was a little lazy and didn't want to pull stuff out, but also it didn't really need them. So again, I just keep it really basic. You see how I tilted the photo, so that gave a little bit of interest because there was a lot of areas that it was okay to cover because it's literally just them sitting in my kitchen. So just be aware of that when you have photos that are full of people or you need to see the background. You just may not want to do that. Keep it straight on there. But these photos I print with at my local Walgreens, and if you use their collage print on a 4x6, and if you add 2 photos, they're a little bit smaller than your standard wallet, which is like 3x4, but you get 2 pictures in one, so it's kind of nice. So on this one, I obviously am making it into a journaling spot. Now on the 2 12x12 pictures, I do have a lot of journaling, but there was a lot to say, so I went ahead and just again used a scrap piece of white piece of paper, and this one was 3 3/4, but actually I think it was 3.5 by 5.5, and then I just hand drew my lines. I'll do my journaling later because I do need to check the other pages to see exactly what I wrote. I don't want to write the same things, but you see what I mean when I'm just using these scraps. So just found that red thin piece of scrap piece of paper and just added it there, and I'll trim it down when I'm done. But again, just putting the pictures, just kind of wonky, nothing too fancy. Just really kind of want to continue the story, but also get all these photos in without having 4 full 12x12 pages. So I like to add these little pocket pages and flips and flaps and all these things in my albums because I think it's just so much fun to go through them because it gives you a lot of variety, and it doesn't cost a lot more, and it also doesn't it's not hard is what I'm trying to say. So that was the front side. Now I flipped it over. Now a lot of times I'll add another piece of cardstock into these pockets, but this cardstock is pretty thick. I bought the cardstock from Cut Cardstock, and I'll have a link to their store below, but it's really thick and heavyweight, so I didn't feel like I needed to double up on that, and I just put these photos on the back side of the ones that I finished earlier. And again, keeping it really simple, just adding strips of paper, and kind of the first step of all of these things is just adding the photos first, and then if you have time, go back and embellish with smaller things, because at this point the most important thing is the photos. So look at how fun that is. I had punched out some hearts when I first did these layouts, and you see how I'm using that one panel and I'm going to use it as a decorative piece. Now, I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but you see how I trimmed that down, And then I'm just going to take a piece of white paper that's just a little bit smaller, and then I'm going to add it on top, and then that's another place for me to journal. So I thought that was a really clever use of that heart, the negative parts of those hearts. So here I am again punching more hearts because, like I mentioned earlier, those are the punched embellishments that I'm using, and I'm just putting them here or there. Now, with the original layouts, I did have a lot of like chili peppers, and so I used them all on my page. I thought about making more, but like I said, I was just trying to keep this pretty simple, and I thought, I don't want to open up the Cricut and cut little tiny chili peppers for this. You got the hint when it's sandwiched between those two 12 by 12 layouts. But what I did do is on these strips of white paper, I just wrote words like, hilarious, too hot, just kind of this random words. And I honestly can't even remember exactly what I wrote. Maybe when I get a close-up, I'll be able to see it. It's pretty small for me when I'm doing this voiceover. But, again, key focus photos. And then I'm just going in and adding a little bit of embellishments here or there, because isn't that what we do? We like to embellish, of course. And if I would have had extra chili peppers, I would have definitely incorporated them here. But again, just trying to keep it simple and completing all these photos, because I did take a lot and they do complete the story. And every time I look at them, they make me laugh, which I love. That's one of my favorite things about scrapbooking, is going over the memories and kind of reliving them and laughing about them and remembering more things that are happening. And then my most favorite thing, black pen and outlining, which I always tease myself because I know I'm going to do it, but for some reason I always do it after the fact, but it all works out. I hope you like this video, and if you do, give me a like or give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do try to post at least 2 videos a week, and one is always scrapbooking or something to do with scrapbooking, and the other is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center, which is the name of my craft room and also my blog. I'll have a link below to my blog, which will be this blog post, but you can definitely hit the home button and check it out. I have a lot of really fun projects, and I hope you agree. But again, enjoy watching this video, and thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I will definitely respond. Thanks again. Bye. And here's another reason why you like to cut that little sliver, because you see how easily they slid in. But here's the final project. Thank you so much again for watching. Bye.